Pablo Penguin writes, what would you think if they made a prequel to the Star Wars prequels?
Oh, wait, I remembered. It was Neighbors.
Oh yeah, that was way better.
It was Neighbors. It was way better than I expected. It just be kind of like, it'll be fun. The trailers look good, and I loved it. I think I gave it like a 9.5 or a 10
I think you
or
gave
something.
It a 10.
I gave it a 10 because me and Holly laughed all the way through from beginning to end. I highly recommend you see it now. If you missed it, I was like 5 points ahead of what I thought it'd be.
Can I be a jerk and say it'd probably be on my disappointed list?
But,
hey,
Neighbors?
that's fair enough.
No,
yeah.
hey.
I liked the movie, it didn't deliver the. But this is a different conversation.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, so what would we feel about prequels to the prequels? No. No. No.
We don't need to, and you could do an Old Republic movie. That's all you need. Don't give me a prequel to the prequel. Give me an Old Republic movie, or you can do a spin-off movie. If you want to do, I wouldn't want to see a Qui-Gon Jinn movie, but if they do it, fine. That would ultimately be, I guess, a prequel.
I don't even want to see. I don't want to see anything that reminds us at all of anything that has to do with the prequels.
But listen, that's where, and I know that when we get.
But going 1,000 years into the past,
right? But I also know that
world.
when we get Jedi Council on, we can talk more about this too. But we have Darth Plagueis. That's a lot.
In case you didn't know, we are relaunching Jedi Council, everybody.
Yes.
Just so you know.
And with that, the character of Darth Plagueis, if they ever bring him back in, what he did to lead up to Episode 1 would be very interesting. So if we get something along
I had a nickel every time I heard you go, Darth Plagueis, everybody. Darth Plagueis.
And I'm telling you,
he is Darth Plagueis. Yeah.
Good. What I would say is that to check, that's the only story that I'd want to see in that universe is the Plagueis thing, to see how Palpatine came to be in power. But yeah, Old Republic. Focus on the Old Republic. Get back into the Knights Republic. Let's see the Darth Bane trilogy.
What about Revan? I mean, is that part of?
Yeah,
is that part of
Old
canon?
Republic. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. I'm still waiting to talk to Leland Shee and Pablo Hidalgo. Maybe we'll get them on Jedi Council because they have the questions to know.
I would be with you. I don't want any prequels to the prequels. I would want the 1,000 years earlier, like when the Sith found you. Then they had their Sith Academy.
Yeah, it was all that stuff.
All that stuff from Knights of the Old Republic. I would just take those games that BioWare developed and make those part of canon.
There's nothing that says, even though nothing is canon anymore, but there's nothing that says that one of these spin-off films can't be set 5,000 years in the past.
Totally.
There's nothing that says they can't do that.
Yeah.
And John Schnepp, actually, Knights of the Republic was 3,000 years ago.
Oh my God, I've been corrected by the ultimate Jedi nerd. I thank you for the correction, Christian. Darth Plagueis speaks.
Wait, is it Plagueis or Plagueis? I don't even know how to say it.
All right, what's next?
Plagueis is Shia LaBeouf.
Chris Marabella writes, what is your favorite Harry Potter film?
The last one. The last one is actually my favorite Harry Potter. I know the weird thing about me with the Harry Potter films is a lot of people, a lot of staunch Harry Potter fans will say that the third one, directed by Alfonso Cuarón, was their favorite. That's actually my least favorite of them. I actually thought that movie was a bit of a mess. But that being said, whatever, who cares? For me, I thought once you got to number 4, I felt they just got better and better and better. And it was a great climax for me in I say that all the time. In the final Harry Potter film, I thought was really, really well done. I enjoyed it immensely, and I never counted myself as a Potterhead. I was never like, I can't wait for the next Harry Potter. But they did get better and better, and that last one really, really impressed me. I loved it a lot. What about you, Christian? What was your favorite Potter?
Well, I agree and disagree. Oops, see you later. I agree and disagree with you at the same time. I agree that the series got better with the fourth one because I think that you combine all those movies from fourth to the end and you get a solid just one movie, if you will. But the third one is my favorite.
Yeah, and most people's really, really love that third one.
And the reason why is because it shifted the tone of the Christopher Columbus. We're out of the kiddie phase here. We're starting to get into the
It did kind of mark that shift from being a kid's story to a young adult story. And that really was the third one that did it.
That was it. It also introduced Sirius Black and that whole story angle, and just him discovering himself of what he was ultimately be able to do as a wizard that would play into other things. And anytime you put time travel in a movie and execute it well, for me, is when I'm in.
Yep.
I wouldn't say I have a favorite Harry Potter, but I would count the third all the way to the end as like my favorite because I watched the first two, somewhat disinterested but engaged. Like, yeah, I like this world. I mean, it's like cool. I'm happy that Harry Potter didn't die in the first one or the second one. I'd like to see him.
Spoilers!
He didn't die in the first or the second. There's a whole bunch of ones that come afterwards. So yeah, the third one was definitely spooky and more like, oh wow, I love those, whatever those creatures were on the train, those spooky, floaty. The necromancers.
They were called the
Death Eaters.
Death Eaters?
No, the Death Eaters were the other dude's followers. Those ones were called the.
I thought they were the necromancers.
No, I'll remember. Somebody in the chat board, tell us what those
narcopathy creature.
What those things were called.
Floaty monsters. Yeah. Yeah, read the books,
the Dementors.
guys.
Dementors.
Dementors.
There you go.
as they said, the Dementors.
3,000 years ago.
Yeah, 3,000 years ago, the Dementors first formed a collective universe and destroyed it.
So yeah, I count all those movies together. Like I remember seeing them, and it was just a good continuation. Even though Karan didn't keep directing, it was like they swapped out. I think who was the guy who stayed on for the last 4 movies?
Oh man.
It's horrible that I can't remember his name.
I
but
don't even know which character
Karan.
we're talking about.
No, he's talking about the director.
Oh, the director. Yeah, he went on to direct a Twilight movie. No, that was David Yates.
That's David Yates. No, David Yates is who he's thinking.
Oh, is David? So
yeah,
who am I thinking?
you're
I'm thinking of
thinking of
somebody else.
Condon. You're thinking of
I am
Condon.
thinking about Condon.
So
Yes,
it's David
that's right.
Yates. Thanks,
Yes,
guys.
David Yates.
David Yates, he did a great job because it was a seamless, amazing. Basically, made one giant 8-hour movie. So
We went on a long time with this, so let's take one more.
All right. Martin Whipke writes, love the show. What movie, in your opinion, has been the most socially impactful over the past few years? Thanks.
Past few years, man, it was funny because with his passing the other day, we talked about Attenborough's Gandhi, which socially changing films. Because if you're asking that question, you can't just bring up a movie that has a great social message. It has to have also been watched by enough people to make an impact or make a change. That's a great question. I'm having a hard time thinking of it off the top of my head.
I know this one's
So guys watching us live, start throwing in some of your suggestions into the chat board and share with everybody else.
This is a weird one. I mean, it has nothing to do with a biopic or anything. But I just rewatched Fight Club again last night.
Right.
For whatever, the 30th time. I've seen it so many times. Why? Because it's an amazing film that ages. It doesn't age. It's got this really bizarre social message in it that's wrapped inside and outside of coolness. So. And the message is just be yourself, be an individual, get outside of the box, think outside of the box, and don't be oppressed by things that can be oppressive in our world. So it has so many deep meanings to it that it's like anyone who's seen Fight Club and then gets into that message, it's like, I think that movie on its own has its own kind of forever moving, message. It's not like a peace message.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it too. Although I will say this: a couple of people in the chat board are going back to the Harry Potter thing, are complaining, saying that Harry Potter and Hermione should have ended up together. No. That would have been so Hollywood formula, paint by the numbers, cookie cutter ending as everything else. I actually, one of the things that I loved about that last Harry Potter one was that they didn't do the stereotypical have the lead girl end up with the lead guy. I'm so glad they didn't do that.
And I think Yates, from what they're rumoring, is that he's going to come back to do the spin-off movie, right?
Spooky Monsters.
Oh, I believe so. Fantastic Creatures and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, and that's a prequel.
Yeah, like 70 years earlier.
If the Dementors are in it, I'll see it.
But I love that he's going back too, because that we'll feel like we're still part of the same universe, almost the way we would in an Old Republic movie, to where we feel like, oh, okay, we're back here.
Yeah, it feels comfortable. It feels right.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.